And the award for the most awesome fragrance name goes to Dead of Night by Strangelove New York City. Have you heard of Strangelove New York City? I'm sure you have if you've been following this channel, as I've featured the brand on videos now 5 times. But today, in this Saffron review video, I have a full review of a Dead of Night. And get this, you're also going to have a chance at winning a full bottle of Dead of Night if you are a subscriber of this channel from the USA, UK, EU, and Middle East. Thanks so much for tuning in. This is Sebastian with Smelling Great Fragrance Reviews. That's right, today it's all about Dead of Night by Strangelove New York City. And if you don't know Strangelove New York City, this is a house that has Helena Christensen as part of the brand. You've seen probably images and photos and advertising for the brand, and you'll see images of Helena Christensen, the supermodel who appeared in the Chris Isaak Wicked Game video. So if you've been around since the 90s, you probably are aware of Helena Christensen. But if this is your first time tuning in today to my channel and you love watching fragrance reviews, finding out about new fragrances, discovering new brands, and of course participating in giveaways and still haven't subscribed to the channel, please click the subscribe button below and also click the bell so you'll be notified for future videos and giveaways. A little bit about how Dead of Night got started. So the Dead of Night oil was first a marketing tool to raise awareness for sustainable farming. The oud from the first version was from a sustainable Starwood tree plantation in Borneo. The Strangelove New York City crew gave a small amount away at a TED conference in Long Beach, and they were inundated with inquiries about this mysterious oil. So from this version, Dead of Night was born, and Strangelove New York City launched the Dead of Night oil at Harrods Salon de Parfum in 2014. So 5 years ago, with only Dead of Night oil. And then 6 months later, they actually launched the Eau De Parfum of Dead of Night, which I'm reviewing for you today. Then the collection grew from there. Strangelove New York City continues to use sustainable ouds from Southeast Asia and India, and all Strangelove New York City fragrances balance 2 different kinds of ouds with other rare ingredients. Now that we know a little bit about the history of Strangelove New York City's Dead of Night, this is a 50 ml bottle right here. It's retailing for $475. Concentration is EDP Eau De Parfum. The perfumer is Christophe Laudamiel. The style is Oriental woody, Oriental spicy. I get lots of woods, I get lots of spices with this fragrance. So for notes here at the top, you've got violet leaves, green fresh foliage, damask rose, and ginger. In the heart notes, you've got oud, jasmine, spices, rose, and paradisone. In the base notes, you've got more oud, patchouli, musks, Tubereuse absolute, amber, vanilla, sandalwood, incense, cedarwood, wolfwood. Lots going on. In the top you have rose, in the heart you have rose, in the heart you have oud, in the base you have oud. So oud appears twice, rose appears twice, and for me, this one is a lot about oud, it's a lot about rose. It's basically oud and rose. And I want to also tell you, we've spoken a lot about all-natural ouds and synthetic ouds on the channel. There's some of you that prefer the synthetic ouds, and there's some of you that prefer the all-natural ouds. It's funny because when I do videos about ouds, immediately I get, this is not an all-natural oud. If I do a video about an all-natural oud, and then I get comments that say, oh, I don't like that kind of oud. So I want to warn you, this is the all-natural oud, and this is the Animalic kind of oud. So you have to have a very developed palate to appreciate it, because it took me a while to appreciate a fragrance like this. It takes time to learn it and figure it out, and you wear it and experience it and all that good stuff. This is also the kinds of ouds that are similar to Frederic Malls the Night and so on, those kind of fragrances. So if you appreciate those fragrances, you're going to definitely appreciate fragrances like Dead of Night. And again, the name is such a wonderful name. I love the name. I feel like it deserves the award for the best name. And when you think about Dead of Night, you're thinking of the word dead, but you're not thinking of, I mean, you might think about as in death, but you're thinking of silence, basically. Dead of Night is when there's no sound around, because this fragrance is so lively, the experience, that you definitely need an experience of Dead of Night to experience how lively this fragrance gets on you. A couple of more things to discuss. There's that note Paradisone, and then there's that note Wolfwood. Paradisone is the most precious and powerful expression of Hedione, and I believe Hedione was first used in the 60s in a very popular fragrance called Eau Sauvage by Dior. And then there's Wolfwood that's also in the base. The Hedione appears in the heart. Wolfwood, the first time I learned about it was in a fragrance called Aura by Mugler. So Wolfwood smells like a damp, green, earthy, smoky experience. So you definitely get those experiences here. They're not prominent, they're not big notes. For me, what stands out most with this fragrance is Oudh, the rose, the smokiness of the incense, the beautiful creaminess of the sandalwood. There's ambery touches, and then the violet leaves. Those are what's really driving the fragrance. But as soon as you spray the fragrance, you'd pick up the rose at the top with the violet leaves. There's some greenness, and then there's a little bit of a ginger zingy bite. But what's really coming through now, coming from the heart and really trying to take over at the top, is the oud. And this is the most animalic experiences at the top. When you first spray it, the oud really takes over. And this is the animalic part about this fragrance. So be warned, it's a really animalic and very musky, but it doesn't last too long, and it's totally bearable too. I myself am not the biggest fan of animalics. I love my musks, and I can tolerate some animalics. This is ultra animalic, but the wearing experience is quite gorgeous. So the combination of the rose at the top and that oud coming from the heart work wonderfully together. By the time you're in the heart though, the animalic parts of the oud is kind of like fizzled away. You still pick it up, there's muskiness, but now it's a combination of rose at the heart with the oud, and then there's some jasmine thrown in as well. And the fragrance, when it's drying down, is left with a beautiful oudy, incensey, musky, sandalwood, amber combo. To die for delicious, because when it's at this part, I keep wanting to smell my hand and say, what is that fragrance that I'm wearing? It smells delicious. You do pick up the traces of the rose, because the rose is pretty prominent throughout the whole fragrance. In fact, it's the secondary player next to the oud. It's one of the main actors or the actresses here in this fragrance. But the combination is gorgeous. Rose and oud, they work wonderful together. Again, this is not the synthetic oud, this is the all-natural oud. So be warned, it's more animalic. The experience is gorgeous, really truly gorgeous. So if you don't know Dead of Night by the House of Strangelove New York City, and you have no store to go, check out the fragrances. As mentioned at the beginning of the video, we do have a full bottle to give away of Dead of Night, thanks to the wonderful folks behind Strangelove New York City. There's a link to South Rabon in the info box. Please click that and head over to South Rabon to find out how to participate in winning yourself a bottle. Again, this is open to USA, UK, EU, and then also Middle East ME subscribers of this channel. Please make sure you're subscribed to the channel, and good luck with the giveaway. And come back here and let me know what your thoughts are on Strangelove New York City's Dead of Night. Do you like the idea of this fragrance? Do you like animalic ouds, or do you prefer your ouds to be synthetic? Are you familiar with Helena Christensen, the supermodel that's appeared in that Wicked Game music video with Chris Isaak from way back in 1990? Let me know your thoughts. Put some comments down and let me know what you think about the fragrance. Also, have you sampled any of the other fragrances from this house? I'd like to find out from you guys. Other than that, guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Please like this video, please share it, follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and I'll be back with more videos very soon. Have a good one. Goodbye.